I get away up in that tree. We come too far over and close to. Now I remember watching that tree burn. I just sit I know like something. Well, all this time come and go. How long it seems so long? But after 10 years have gone by. Empty water, lost in time. Yours and mine.
Well, good afternoon. Please be seated. It's a very great honor for me to be a part of this union of Nick and Abby and this institution that we call marriage. Before we begin, I would just ask everyone to, if you have any noise-making devices, please turn them off or silence them. If there are children, we'll just consider that song and part of the ceremony. This is really one of the benefits of this job for me. And today is a particular honor. I've known Charlie and Linda for many, many years. I understand that my oldest son was a schoolmate of Abby and her gang. And so it's a great honor for me to be a part of this ceremony today. One of the things that I like to do before a wedding is get to know a couple a little bit, talk to them a little bit about their history and some of the values that bring them together as a couple. And with Abby and Nick, that was particularly fun. We met at a little coffee shop. Sorry, Mary, not the one associated with the building here, but down on Main Street. And talked a little bit about Abby and Nick and the way that they met through a judo class. And what I learned in talking with Abby and Nick was that Nick learned one of life's lessons, and that is to be direct. They had cast eyes on one another. From Abby's standpoint, she saw Nick and, with Nick, it was completely different. And of course, he made it his mission to meet this woman. And for weeks on end, he would kind of hover around the outside of the judo class, just hoping to bump into Abby after class. What he didn't realize was that Abby was one of these people who, when class was over, would hop into the car, off to go home and clean up and get ready for whatever came next. So finally, Nick took the more direct route, looked her up in the student directory, made contact with her online, had coffee, had a movie, and the rest is history. You may want to ask Nick at the reception tonight about the proposal. And, you know, Nick came off as, he portrays himself as someone who's kind of tightly wound. What I've discovered is that there's a little bit of a romantic side here too. So I'm not going to spill the beans, but during the course of the evening, you may want to ask Nick about the proposal in the pine cone. For Abby and Nick, when we spoke, I was really struck by the way that you credited and do credit each other with helping you fulfill your potential individually. For Abby, you spoke about Nick as someone who helps you find focus and a drive to succeed, particularly when it comes to education. And Nick, you found someone who helps you find meaning, in your words, helps you lighten up a little bit. Together, I think it's clear that you're better than you would be alone, that you reinforce each other in a very positive way, and I think that's a sign of a very strong, positive relationship and a couple that ought to be joined together in marriage. And so you're now taking into your care and keeping the happiness of the one person in all the world whom you love the most. You're adding to your lives affection for each other, companionship, and a deep love. You're agreeing to share your strengths, your responsibilities, and love. And you're agreeing to take this journey that we call life together as husband and wife. Now we're all here out of love and support for Abby and Nick. And in recognition of your love and support for them, I would ask you to respond, "We do," to this question. Do you promise to support Abigail and Nicholas with your love, to uphold them with your wisdom, and through the days and years that lie ahead, sustain them in the vows they make today?
We do.
Now I would ask the families of Nicholas and Abigail to please stand. This union brings together different family traditions in the hope that the new family tree will become strong and fruitful. Theirs is a personal choice and a decision for which they're primarily responsible, but any marriage is enriched by the love and support of those who are closest to them. And therefore, I have these questions for you, and if you agree, please respond by saying "I do." Do you affirm your continuing love and support to Abigail and Nicholas as they grow in their marriage? And do you celebrate with them the decision they have made to choose each other? And do you offer to them the best of your care and counsel in their times of struggle, in your celebration with them in their moments of joy? I think we're off to a good start. Thank you. For Abigail and Nicholas. I didn't realize you had invited so many guests. For Abigail and Nicholas, today you're about to make promises to one another. Today these vows are beautiful words that represent your very solemn intentions. You're expressing in these vows a commitment to love, to put the well-being of the other above and beyond your own, a commitment to fidelity, to be true to the other even in moments of difficulty and distress, and an appreciation that life is a process, not a moment in time, and to accept your spouse as your partner in life. You'll find that as you live these vows over the years, investing your time, and your love, and your commitment to one another, that the happy times of your life will be twice as joyous because there'll be someone beside you to share those moments of joy. And if there be moments of challenge, you'll find that those burdens will be half as great because there'll be someone beside you with whom to share those burdens. I would ask that you join hands